back in Thailand and it feels so good. I might not have much of a singing career, but we are back in Thailand after a month in Sri Lanka. It was amazing, but also we're tired. And we've always thought about what would it be like to live in Thailand, specifically Bangkok. So we are in the Nut neighborhood, which is outside the tourist core. There are a lot of foreigners and expats kind of on a budget like us. And so it has really great traditional food because there's still a local community. So far, it seems like it could be perfect. We've been here a week and we're going to share with you what it's like. First stop is breakfast because it's also so good. First stop is breakfast. Normally we actually eat breakfast in the apartment, but I wanted to show you this place because Alan felt like fried rice, nasi goreng, and there's a spot here that does it really well. I'm not sure if they have any tables free. Not a lot of places to actually eat street food in if you don't go to the market, which I'll show you later. But we're gonna try, fingers crossed. These guys are pretty much only open, I think, for breakfast and lunch. We've tried to come at night, but it's just a daytime thing. Before I've gotten the chicken noodles, and here is Alan's fried rice. One of the things I love about Nut is that there's so much good traditional Thai food, and it is really actually traditional Thai because sometimes it's too spicy. Not too spicy for me, but actually too spicy for Alan sometimes. It's not made for tourists, it's made for locals. And when I'm out walking first thing in the morning or at night, I see people coming, going from school, from work, and they're picking up food to go home. And the reason for that is you could work 8-10 hours and then make food and save some money. Or you could go to someone who specializes in one dish, does it really well, has all the ingredients, everything's fresh, and have a delicious meal. So I'm having this chicken noodle soup for 50, and Alan's is shrimp fried rice for 60 Thai baht. It's an incredible deal. It's fantastic. There are lots of little places like this, but lately I've noticed over the years in Asia, not so much outdoor seating. It's starting to go away. Sometimes it's because the governments want to clean up the streets, so literally they're moving the street vendors into like food parks, or here there are a lot of food courts that are air conditioned, which people actually really like. We prefer to eat outside for breakfast. For lunch, it's way too hot. But for breakfast or in the night, we like to eat in the evening. Nut doesn't have that as much as other neighborhoods, and that is something I've missed. So for food, I think this is a fantastic place, but it might not be my forever home because I want more places like this where I can eat outside. Now, because this is prime seating, there are only 3 tables back here. You do need to share with other people, so just be comfortable with eating or filming in front of locals. They're actually really nice. This man, who I'm not going to show, just to give him some privacy while eating, he was like, no, don't move your camera. And I'm like, no, we're taking up this whole table with our food. We don't want to be greedy about it. This, I love it. I was never much of someone who liked breakfast, and that's because I was only ever trying Western breakfast, like cereal, toast, those kinds of things. So good. Why are we eating cereal when we could be having chicken soup for breakfast? That's what I want to know. So tender. This is fantastic. So we've got fruit, coffee stand. We got a coffee for 20, some desserts, fried rice, chicken rice, and it's all next to this big C right here. Alan's trying to get out of the way, which is just like any Western supermarket you'd go to. They also have a food court there, although I don't like it as much as Lotus. This is a very main street. I'm rarely actually on it, but we're gonna walk past the big C. It's probably a 3-minute walk to our condo, which I'll show you next, but I just want to show you along the way how much food there is. This is my favorite thing about where we're living. This is right next to our condo. It's not gonna be that busy right now. This is a little alley. I think it's technically called Soy 77-1, which means it's next to 77, which was that big noisy street. I feel like I know almost everyone here. At night, everyone here is selling food. Right now, it's just a little bit quiet because we are back here. There's the Nut station here, and this is where we are staying, and I'll show you a bit of a tour. All right,
room tour time. So this spot is our kitchen. We do actually cook a lot for breakfast, and I actually bought this on Lazada for $3 and we use this almost every day. Here are our reusable mugs that we forgot to bring with us for breakfast and stuff in the sink. We have a really great size fridge, and it has a little ice maker thing here, which no, it doesn't seem like a lot, but actually we do use it quite a bit. The best thing though about this kitchen is this. It's purified water, so we don't ever have to worry about buying water, running out of water. This is table for working / dining. The Wi-Fi here is so fast, it's ridiculous. Smart TV. This is the bedroom. There is one air conditioner here, but then also one here, which is great. We actually turn on the one of the room that we're not in. And then this is all window. It is beautiful, but it is so bright. The bed is very comfortable. And then we just have like so much storage. And then you come out here. Oh, did I mention? We have a washing machine. We also have a vacuum. And then this is where the magic happens, drying of the clothes. And if you look out here, you can see, actually, let me open this. This is the Lotus, so the second big grocery store. And then this is on Nut. So we're very close to everything. And then some interesting things. I mean, if you look over there, you can see that traditional house. We're right next to the subway or the BTS, but actually it's surprisingly quiet here. We never hear anything.
And so this is our home sweet home. Well, not all of it. On the 5th floor, we have an outdoor pool, which is beautiful. And it's also not very noisy, even though it's on the 5th floor. If you go up to the 28th, there's like an outdoor rooftop park, which is too hot to be out and sitting in. But also on that floor, there is a gym with cardio and weights, also a small yoga room with a steam room and a sauna. So we love the condo so much. And I think what we're gonna do is just clean up a little bit here, take a break, and then we're gonna go for a walk to show you more of the neighborhood. Also because this neighborhood has a restaurant that is very well known to have one of the best beef buffets. It's kind of like a known thing here, but we haven't gone yet. And so I thought maybe it would be good to show in the video. So see you soon. All right, we are kind of doing a little bit of a loop around again. So we just dropped off Motorbike, a scooter that we were renting here. Not a lot of scooter bike rentals within walking distance. This one, the service is really good, and she has bikes from 300 to 500. But as we were leaving, Alan saw a very expensive Honda that's supposed to be fantastic, and he asked how much it is, and it's $1,800 a day. So a little bit different than what we rented, but not too far from where we're eating. And I wanted to explain why we're coming here. We're going to this place called Best Beef, and it's a buffet restaurant that exists in several locations throughout Bangkok. I don't know if this is the original one, but I think it might be. But beef hasn't always been popular in Thailand. Well, it was popular for a long time, and then 30 years ago, I read that there was a really popular Thai TV show called The Compassionate Empress. I think that's the name. Anyway, when people saw this, they stopped eating beef. So the story must have included a cow, because everyone is still eating pork, but it hasn't been until recent times that beef is becoming really popular again. This place is supposed to be fantastic. It's very local, Thais love it. And this is part of a local video for you, because when I first got here, I watched this YouTube video about all the apps you should download. It was probably from friends in Thailand. Anyway, he mentions this app called Eat-to-Go. And it was, if you don't mind eating in off hours, like non-peak hours, then you can get a discount. So you make a reservation, you choose your time, and then you basically get a discount. Now we ate breakfast at 11, and so we weren't that hungry. And so we thought, well, we can eat dinner at 4. So it kind of feels like though, We're getting to the early bird special years, maybe. But this is our lunch, not our dinner. Anyway, so if you use this app, make the reservation, eat at 4, you get 20% off. This is not an expensive buffet by any means, but I like a good deal. And 20% off for eating at 4 versus 7, that's pretty good. All right, so we are back on Nut Street, the very busy one, and it's starting to get busier as people begin to get off work. So later on, underneath all of these umbrellas will be street food vendors, and then also along this side as well. And then also along on Nut, you have all of these fruit vendors. I mean, I've seen fruit here that are very rare. I actually have a blog post on my website, I'll put it here, the QR code, that lists a lot of the more unique Thai fruits that you'll see, how to eat them. Because like a lot of tourists are afraid of eating some fruit, especially mangosteen, because they don't actually know how to eat it or open it. Jackfruit, one of my favorite ones. You can see her cracking this open. See how big it is? Like you have to open it up and sell it as individual pieces, or these bigger pieces. I'm sure when she halves them, she'll even do more because, oh, here we go. This is not easy work. Look at that. It smells amazing. Wow. It's so good. All right, here's the mangosteen. Most tourists don't know how to open that up. I do explain that. And the person who taught me was Alan, because I had never opened one. Mangosteen do exist in some countries in Latin America, but I had never encountered it. We made it. It's 4 o'clock, but you can already see other people have come in for a late afternoon snack. You can see the sign is all in Thai, but it's no problem. If you have Google Translate, not everybody knows about this, but go to camera right here, and then you can take a picture, or I like to do it live, and then it translates everything. I've used this so many times for menus, signs. I mean, in Thailand, a lot of things are in English, but not everything, especially if you're going to markets or having street food. And this is somewhat reliable. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, and so you have to ask a little bit more, or you have to try it again. Some of the translations are a little strange. So best beef wasn't initially on my radar for the On Nut neighborhood, and that's because I just thought it was like for the Australian tourists and expats. But then I heard from a lot of people that this is a Thai place. Almost everyone will be here, will be Thai, that they do offer menus and things in English, but certainly our server, who is fantastic, has limited English, and he gave me this. So there are 3 different styles primarily that you can order. So this is, it has it in English here. This is vegetarian. If you're a vegetarian, you can also come here and eat with your family. This one is, I believe, without seafood, so it's just beef and pork. And then this one is all of the meats, basically everything, and also I think with free drinks. They also have an option for children, an option for elderly, and then an option for all you can drink as well. So I guess that's for the expats and tourists. It's a 2-hour limit to this buffet, which I think is totally fine. I can't imagine us sitting here and eating for 2 hours. But I think what we'll do is we'll get both the meat and the seafood. Like, we'll get the whole thing, because I would really love to try some of the seafood dishes. And you can choose what it's cooked on, and we'll go for the classic one as well. This guy next to me, he's eating here all by himself. He has a couple of the burners going. It's pretty crazy. So I have to say, I am not a big buffet person, but I do enjoy where you get food and you cook it yourself. And when I say cook it yourself, one of my favorite memories of Vietnam was in Dalat. Do you remember this, Alan? When we cooked all of this fish similar. They just gave us a bunch of stuff and we cooked it, and Alan did such a great job. So I have put him in charge of cooking all of this too. We just got a few things because I don't know how big the portions are. And then I just showed him on Google Translate and he listened to it and said yes. If we wanted to eat more, we've got this 2-hour window to eat as much as we want. I don't like my beef too overcooked. This is like, it's so thin, and this is already looking a little bit well done, so I'm pulling it out. Very good, very good. All right, we are going to dig in a little bit because I feel so bad that our server is like literally cooking for us the whole time. That's not his job. We're supposed to do it ourselves. So what do you think? You know, this place is called Best Beef, but I actually think the seafood is better.
The seafood is fresh and it's very tasty. What I mean in here is like this.
The mussels.
All the herbs and all the recipe is very natural.
Yeah.
It's very tasty. The flavor is amazing.
Listen, when we were talking about coming here, you told me just the beef. I don't want the seafood because of my cholesterol. And so I said, let's just, when you order here, both people have to order the same thing. Otherwise, like one person will get the cheaper thing and just eat the stuff. And so I said to Alan, let's just get the seafood anyway to see what they've got. And I'm glad that we did because the beef is good. It is good. But I think it's just a different style than what I'm used to because it's so thin. But I really think the sauces shine and the seafood is such a good deal. Just when we thought we were done, our server comes back over and tells us that there's ice cream. We've always got room for ice cream, right? Alan was saying, look, he looks disheveled because he's so full. He was getting the meat sweat. And then I asked him if he wanted some ice cream and he said, of course I do. All right. Alrighty. All right, so while we're eating our ice cream, I was talking into this. While we're eating our ice cream, what would you give this out of 10? How would you rate this place?
This place is good. The meal is good. It's not so tasty, but it's very delicious.
Oh, not so tasty means it's not good. You mean it's not too much flavor?
Yeah.
Like it's not overpowering, but it's delicious.
I will give 10 for 10.
10 out of 10. Yeah. I would also say like 11 out of 10 for service.
Oh yeah.
And I will put the price up here. I don't know what it is. On top of the price, there is a service and there is a 7% tax. We are going to tip our server on top of that because he was awesome. If you look around at all the other families around here, they know what they're doing and they're all like cooking it themselves. Yeah. But clearly we were like first timers and he kept coming over. He brought over the chicken, but also most importantly, which we didn't order, was we ordered mushrooms, but we didn't order onion. And so I felt like in the beginning, the beef was like, okay. And then he brought over a plate of onions to put the onions on top of the beef. And then the beef was like so much better. But I will say this, my favorite dish was the duck and the seafood. It wasn't the beef at all. What was your favorite dish?
Actually, I like the beef.
You were?
Sorry, the duck. The duck. The duck so delicious. Perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, we've had a great time. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is our life right now in Bangkok. We'll be here for a month and we're really hoping to explore more neighborhoods because Bangkok is really a city of neighborhoods. Once you get past seeing all of the tourist stuff, actually I don't think you can ever get past seeing all the tourist stuff. There's so much here. But the main sites, I think getting into the neighborhoods makes it the most interesting. So we'll see you in the next video next week.